Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Islamic Morals, where we discuss on marriage, divorce, post-divorce trauma and the therapy, personal development in Islam, and so much. So today's episode is even interesting and very important, especially for single ladies or divorcees that are interested in getting remarried. So this video is for you. Make sure you watch to the end because this might be the transformative video you watch ever. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So what are the things that a lady must look out for? What are the things that a lady must look out for in a man? I mean, what are the qualities that a Muslim lady must look out for in a future husband? So the first quality, or let me just say the first and most important quality a lady must look out for in a man before getting married is relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The relationship of a man with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are aiming to get married or you have even find your own man, I will implore you that you should just pay close attention to this aspect. Is he always relating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is he a person that is well connected to Allah? I mean, in terms of anything, does he really rush to speak to Allah? Because if you marry a man that has little or no connection with Allah, it's going to affect your marriage. So that is why this aspect of character is very important. That is, a man must be well connected to Allah. Before he even reach out to anybody, Allah should be the first person a man he wanted to get married to should take as a close ally. So if you are planning to get married or you have been in a relationship, just watch out. Is that man really connected to Allah? If he has any problem, does he really rush to Allah or does he rush to people or his parents? That's the first quality you must look out for or watch out for in your future husband. The second quality I'm talking about is that the man you are aiming to get married to, the man you are planning to get married to that will be your future husband, he must be physically, mentally and spiritually sound. When I say, in fact, emotionally, he must be physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually sound. What do I mean by emotionally and spiritually? You know, there are some men, they are just grown. I mean, they just grown, they have development, but they are emotionally immature. So if you want to have a happy marriage and avoid divorce again, or for those of you that you are getting married for the first time, if you want your marriage to last long, you must get married to a man that is emotionally mature. I mean, a man that is very, very mature emotionally, that will be able to handle some challenges in marriage. If you get married to a man with immature emotion, it's going to affect your marriage. So the man you are planning to get married to or that you will be getting married to must be emotionally mature as well as spiritually. So there are some men that they don't even send. They do used to observe a daily solar. Let me just say they are not spiritual. They don't know what spirituality is all about. So, and for those some ladies that are spiritual, I mean Islamic spirituality, if you get married to a man that is not spiritually as you are, it's going to breed problem in your marriage. So the second quality that you must look out for in a man that you are planning to get married to or that you want to get married to is the man must be emotionally mature and spiritually oriented. So if a man is emotionally mature, be able to handle challenges in marriages maturely. And if a man is spiritually oriented, he will be able to stay connected to Allah and we have some instincts to drive the marriage forward. The third important skill you must watch out for in a man you are planning to get married to is how is his relationship with his parents. His relationship with his parents. What do I mean by this? There are some men, just say that they are grown up, they have developed. No, some men are even being controlled by their parents. In fact, most of those people that they call themselves Islamic clerics, most of them, they are they are dependent on their parents. They cannot stand on their own. So if you get married to that type of man that cannot stand on his own, that is always getting validation from his parents, you have problem in your marriage. So a man that wants a good man that will serve as a good husband after marriage must not be dependent on his parents. I'm not saying that he should be the type that will be disobeying his parents, but he must not always get validation from his parents, because if you get married to that man, he will always listen to his parents more than you. He will always accept validation from his parents more than you, even if at your own expense, So if you are planning to get married, or you are planning to get remarried, make sure you do not marry a man that is dependently on his parents in terms of finance or in terms of validation. You know, there are some men, they cannot do without their parents, especially their mother. So if a man is always dependent on his mother, make sure, or even if you marry that man, you will have a problem. You will have a problem, because a man must be able to stand on his own. A man should be able to stand on his own, able to make decision by himself, not that his mother or his parents will be making decision for him. If you marry a man that is always getting decision from his parents, your marriage will be at risk. So make sure you marry a man that can stand on his own. He's not going to disrespect his parents, but also he's going to take some important decision on his own without his parents' validation. That is the third important skill. The fourth one you must look out, or you must watch out for in a man, the first character that you must watch out for in a man for happy and everlasting marriage is that financial stability. The man must be financially stable. If you are getting married to a person that is not financially stable, that is dependent on you, you will have problem. Even though he is not employed, at least he must be able to provide some basic need at home. If you marry a man that is dependent on you, that is always wanting you to provide, so you should know that that marriage will be problematic. So make sure that a man you are planning to get married to, or you want to get remarried to, is financially stable. Even though if it's not 100%, but at least he has something that is coming in monthly or daily. That is, he has his own source of income. You should be able to provide basic things at home. So even if you want to support, is going to be secondary. Your own support will be secondary, not that a man will depend on you for support. Then the fifth point I'm talking about in the quality of a man. If you want to have an everlasting marriage with a man, another quality you must watch out for is ability to control temper. If you marry to a man that is very aggressive, if you marry to a man that is very paranoid, that before you even say anything, you will have lashed out, you will have vented. So that is a red flag. If you eventually marry that man, you may not have an everlasting marriage, because a man should be tolerant. A man must be tolerant. A man that wants to build a successful marriage must be tolerant, because you know, ladies, let me just say, Muslim women, it's not only Muslim women, most women, we just need a man that will be able to tolerate our behavior. So if you marry a man that is very aggressive, that is paranoid, your marriage may not last longer. Make sure you marry a man that is very tolerant, that is not aggressive, that is going to at least tolerate most 90% of your attitude. So make sure you marry a man, or you get to marry to a man that is not aggressive, a man that is very tolerant, that will tolerate all your whatever childish behavior you have 100 or 90%. Another important aspect you must look out for before you get married to a man is that does he have a circle? If a man is always sitting in assembly, if he's a man that usually tell his story, the story of his life to his peers, that is, it is not even advisable that a man should be discussing most of his life to his friends rather. So if a man is always anything discussing most of his life to his friends, you may have problem in your marriage. So a man must be socially, a man must be social. I mean, a man must have may have friends. A man may have friends, but not at the expense of relating everything about his life to his friends. Because if you eventually marry that person, everything going on in your marriage, everything you are doing in that marriage, the man will always relate it or narrate it to his friends, to his circle. So make sure that a man you are planning to get married to is not the type that always share his life events to his friends. So those are the main qualities that you must reach out or look out for in a man you are planning to get married to. If I've left some points out, or if there are other skills that I did not say in this video, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Which other quality do you like in a man? Which other quality do you think a man you are getting married to should have? Or which other quality do you think a man must possess for an everlasting and successful marriage? Drop it in the comment section. I'll take my time to read all the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.